So we're going to not race to show NASCAR that you put a sorry product on the track for us to race that we can't race with. And we're just going to not race, and then the guys in the back, when they feel like it, they can just go on around us.
Yeah.
So we can't display what the car's actually doing, so maybe you will fix it for us.
Rolling, 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 green, green, green. The rookie lap is green. All clear, go get 'em. No rookie moves.
Welcome to the Rookie Lap. This week we raced at the house that Ricky Bobby built, Talladega Superspeedway.
The biggest and baddest.
It is big. It is very big.
Maybe tamest, biggest and tamest. It ain't been very eventful this year.
No.
As far as big ones. The first race back in April, I think the biggest wreck we had was Brad Keselowski and Kyle Busch getting together coming to pit road, like 4 cars. And then the other day we wrecked like 8.
So you're basing this just off the Cup Series, I suppose?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're the only ones that matter.
Yeah. Okay. We'll go down that path and see where it takes us.
No, I'm just kidding. But welcome everybody in. Like we say every week, share your comments. Love to talk to you. Love to hear from you. We need opinions and thoughts. We need to know that real people are listening and watching. But yeah.
So you found the race boring or what?
Yes.
Is that it?
That's it. Did you find it boring?
I mean, yes or no question. I
Yeah.
answered yeah.
I mean,
Well, no, we're on here to share opinions.
That was my opinion. It was a boring race. It was very boring.
I mean, I enjoyed it. They made it sound good, so.
Well, that's the difference. They made it sound good on television. It was very boring. It was not a fun race to watch. The only fun I had was when I was rooting, Joey, please do not stay up front. Please wreck. Please blow a tire. Don't get hurt.
you were standing up the last few laps till somebody ran out of gas.
Yeah, because my driver was up front. That's why. And then he decided to run out of gas. But
Yeah, I have bad news for you on that front.
what's up?
This weekend was Kyle Larson's 400th start, and all 3 7-time champs have won their 400th start. So he's out of luck there.
So he's not going to get 7 championships?
Nope.
Okay, I don't think
It's
nobody.
guaranteed.
Yeah, I really don't think anybody's going to ever do that again
No.
unless it's maybe Zilich or Heim eventually, like in 20 years down the road.
Well, Heim can never even get out of the truck series, so.
Well, that's true. Apparently.
Yeah. No, but yeah, I guess you ought to be thankful for your other guy, though, because, Penske's mad at Brad for costing him that race.
Oh, yeah, I like Brad. He did me a good thing.
Have y'all heard about that?
No, enlighten me,
Heard a
please.
little
They're
bit of
saying, Penske's saying that Brad did not push Joey hard enough, which did not allow Joey to push Blaney hard enough to keep them rolling out the front, and it's what got them moved back. And people thought it was because Brad needed to save fuel, which is another issue, but his team said that he was not saving fuel at all, but I think he was being conservative and trying not to wreck and be responsible for taking a Penske car out, because we know Brad's been an aggressive pusher over the years.
I didn't think Brad drove for Penske anymore.
He doesn't.
Ford.
So
what does that matter? That's
Yeah.
not the same team,
It's
same
Ford.
manufacturer.
Would he
Ford
rather
has
Penske
Ford.
win or Brad win? I mean, that'd be my opinion on that. Screw you. I'm trying to win something for my team.
Yeah, but Ford said so.
Shouldn't matter.
Well,
That tells you who's Ford's number 1 team, doesn't it?
Yeah.
yeah, so they had their little issues, but yeah, I guess you're gonna say it was boring because they saved fuel for a lot of time.
I got a big disagreement with that, with the fuel saving. They were running, according to what they said on television, 3 seconds a lap slower.
Yeah.
How is that racing?
It's not.
Well, I just got done listening to the Jimmy Spencer show, and as he says, do you think the old guys would have ever lifted the pedal?
Yeah, and he was specifically in that talking about Dale Earnhardt. He said, do you think that guy up there, and he was pointing at a picture of Dale Earnhardt, do you think he would have lifted?
Yeah.
Not no, but
Because
they asked him about, would you save gas, and he didn't really answer that question, but he did answer without answering it.
Yeah.
No, he came to race and came to win. I think
it's just what do they say?
I don't understand it to begin with. Here's the deal. How many laps did they run in the first stage?
60.
When did they pit?
40-ish. 45.
All right, the second stage they pitted with what, 10 to go or something? 12 to go? It was way down in the stage.
Yeah, it's the same amount.
You can run way over half of the stage on a tank of fuel, right?
Running full out, you can run about 40 laps. But with their saving, they made it all the way to like 48.
Okay, so why not run it wide open the whole time and then pit when it's time to pit and still have enough to finish the stage? It makes absolutely no sense to save fuel.
Because, I'm just telling you what they say, because they can, it's so hard, when they're running full out, it's so hard to actually go anywhere if you're stuck anywhere that's not in the front of a line that you can't pass. So their only way to pass is to save fuel, and then if you're running at the back of the pack, which is normally about 2 seconds from the leader, and you save 2 seconds of fuel more, then you come off and you jump all of them, and now you're at the front.
So we're going to not race to show NASCAR that you put a sorry product on the track for us to race that we can't race with, and we're just going to not race, and then the guys in the back, when they feel like it, they can just go on around us.
Yeah.
So we can't display what the car's actually doing, so maybe you will fix it for us.
Well, they're not going to fix it anyways.
Well, right.
They're not going to do nothing. They never do.
I mean, it when they're saving fuel to the outside observer, it makes it look good because they're 3 and 4 wide or whatever. But if you'll notice, every time they go to run full out, the third lane goes away. There's only 2 lines, and nobody can go anywhere.
I believe that. Make the cars do something better. That's not racing. That's all I got to say about it. That's not racing.
No, it's just like Denny's been harping this forever and ever. The cars on these plate tracks right now are too close together for anybody to make moves and go somewhere. And the older cars, there was space between the cars. You could make something happen if you wanted to. And right now, you can't.
Line the bumpers back up like they did how many years ago and let them push each other through the draft like they used to do. Remember when, heck, it was Kozlowski and Logano. They were great at it. They'd hook up together and run off by 15 or 20 car lengths until one of them got too hot and he'd let the other guy out front.
Yeah.
I mean, do something.
Well, a lot of people, there's like 2 different theories on how we can fix this issue or try, but I don't think you can. Now, it's one of those, what do they say, you open Pandora's box or whatever. It's out there now, so you can't get rid of it. But the 2 solutions that people are considering are, do we add a 4th stage so they don't need to save fuel?
No.
Or do we get rid of the stage completely, or stage caution so they don't know?
That's
what a novel
one
idea.
Get rid of stage caution, but by God, make the cars racy.
What a novel
Yeah.
idea.
Make the cars where the tires wear a little bit not where they're going to slam the wall, but do something to make the cars where they get a heel or where handling comes into play instead of, I mean, you know, heck, basically what they're doing is tying a ball on the end of a string and making it circle around and circle around. Come on.
Yeah.
This ain't racing.
I think getting rid of the stage cautions is the best solution, because then they can't play to the next caution because they don't know when it is.
That'll help with that part, but if you was able to see the truck race, them trucks were slipping and sliding and all over the place. They can make the trucks handle like that. They can make the cars handle like that too. Them trucks were, them boys were fighting the wheel. They was down the straightaway, some of them was dang near sideways.
Yeah. Yeah.
Make them a little bit ill to drive. These guys are getting paid pretty darn well to get out there and go out there and make laps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pissing me off. That's just not racing.
No.
I've never been in a race car and just went out there, I'm going to make some laps for a couple, 3 hours until I decide it's time to mash it.
Yeah, and I blame NASCAR for that. You can't blame the drivers and teams because they're doing what they have to do.
They're working with the product they got.
Yeah,
but I would stick it in NASCAR's face and go out there and line up in a straight line and run the whole race in one line around the track. So, hey, this is all we can do with what you gave us. Now look at this. How's your viewership now?
Yeah, I want to give credit to the Toyota guys because it was the theory that me and you were kind of tossing back and forth the last couple plate races of why don't a couple cars get out there and just try and leave the field? Because if you could get split from them, the amount of time you'd make up pulling away would keep you ahead even with needing more fuel. But the Toyota guys tried that at Daytona, and just the draft's so powerful that everybody else just uses them, so they're burning up a lot of fuel and they're still not getting away. They tried, so that's can't work. But
what they're doing now is not working.
No.
And you're going to lose people. You're going to lose viewership.
Yeah. Well, speaking of viewership, we just mentioned the TV stuff not being so great, and I want to say, I don't know officially, but I think for the first time ever, as far as motorsports in the country, NASCAR was not number one, with NHRA topping them after Vegas. So
play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's where we're at.
There's probably outside factors that don't make that completely what it appears, because I think, what is it, network TV or whatever the NHRA was on and NASCAR wasn't and all that, but still the numbers are what they were.
That's the channel they chose to link up with.
Yeah.
So I'll be curious to see how the numbers look after this week, because this was actually the second time ever that all three series were on network TV. The last time this happened was in July of 2000. So I'm curious to see if the numbers got a little better this weekend, but I don't think those are out yet, so we'll see. But
they did have a race, though, didn't they?
Yeah.
A couple people had some issues. A couple people created their own issues. A couple crew chiefs created some issues.
Yeah, this is something you were saying yesterday, just with the crew chiefs and the fuel saving. Why would you, I'm just going to say it, you already said it, but why would you not give more fuel to make it for an extra green, white checkered or two? You know it's coming.
They're trying to shave off those tenths a second in the pits. You know what? When they go back out there and run 3/4 throttle, you can pass them if you want to anyhow, so what difference does it make?
Yeah. But also, I would just, the odds on you getting a green, white checkered are so high that you're almost more likely to gain a bunch of spots on taking more fuel and passing the guys that got to pit or run out than you are to short fuel like everybody else and just end up in the same line.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like, Logano's, Paul Wolf's, his crew chief's been there. He's known for doing something different and making the crazy calls that always work out. Wow. He didn't try that one, and that would have worked out, I think, because Joey had to pit because he didn't have no fuel at the end.
Along with other people, and one that decided not to pit. Oh, you can make it. You got enough fuel.
Yeah.
Calculations were off there, weren't they?
Yep. Yeah.
Sorry, Connor, but he had a good shot at winning the race, too.
He did last week.
Yeah.
He has both of these weeks,
That
and
was
it just has not worked out in his favor.
That was a crew chief's boo-boo there for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was not on him. So nobody can say that Larson just...
Oh, he was supposed to save more fuel. I'm just kidding. It's okay.
But that
Yeah.
ain't racing.
No.
No.
And what was it? I was listening to the same podcast you did earlier, and Tommy was talking about, I think the difference in fuel mileage with them saving and not saving, they figured this out, was like between 5.2 up to like 6.9.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yep.
When you got to figure out those kind of things in a race car, you might want to figure out how much it's going to burn off running wide open so you know when to pit, but not what the difference is between running at this much throttle or following somebody or...
Yeah. But speaking of Larson running out, I got to give him credit, though. The beginning of this year, I think he had probably only gotten one top 5 on a plate track, wrecks at almost every single one of them, and I think coming out at the end of this year, he's either first or second on the most points scored on plate tracks, won several stages, finished in the top 5 a few times, almost won his first plate race, so
yeah.
He might have started figuring out this game a little bit better, I think.
He has done well.
So.
A lot of it's still luck, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you got people like Chase, not the Chase the winner, the other Chase that was just cruising along, everything's going good, and then bam, nothing he did.
Caught up in a wreck.
Nope, it was his time.
Yeah, and that's the unfortunate side of that racing is that it's going to happen to everybody eventually.
Yeah. But mentioning the other Chase, Brisco, I mean, he's having a year.
Yeah, he's in. Denny's in. They got 2 so far.
Yeah.
And I think Bell's way up there, isn't he?
He's third in line behind those 2 right now. But, yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. It's to start with, this is his second pole on a plate track this year because he got it at the 500, which is funny because, I mean, before now, the Toyotas were always qualifying in the 20s, so I'm just curious what they found there. And then he's been in contention to win a couple of them, wins this one, and then just he's now the 6th driver for JGR to have 3 wins in their first season. He's got 15 top 5s this year, which is tied for the most ever in the next-gen era. 19, and that's also the most out of anybody this year. He's got 19 top 10s, 881 laps led, 11.8 average finish, and I think he's averaging a 5.6 in the playoffs, which is like the 6th best ever since they've started the playoffs. So he's just... For the first year, him being in the first year at this with this team, and the reputation that he had coming into this team, that's one of the biggest turnarounds we may have ever seen. Because, I mean, before this, he's won, 2 races? And no, they weren't great cars, but still, nobody really thought Chase Brisco was an amazing driver, I don't think.
No.
And he's just getting it done. I mean, he got the most top 5s, and he said himself they didn't click as a team until Charlotte, which was in May. So he's just about outrunning everybody, and he took the first few months of the season off, basically, figuring stuff out.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I've just seen people say he doesn't belong in the championship 4 and that he's not he doesn't deserve a championship, but I disagree.
I think he's proven people wrong with that.
And those
if
people...
You don't, go ahead.
What? No, Savage.
I say if you don't think so now, then maybe you need to reevaluate what you're thinking because he's proven it. I mean, with everything he just said, he's proven he belongs.
And if all that wasn't evidence enough, for people that want their full series points and everything, like we do, I'm not going to say that we don't, but, there are people out there that'll claim they want it, and then they'll say things like that. If we were doing Winston Cup points today, Chase Brisco would be second behind Christopher Bell, minus 17 points. So tell me he's run all season and doesn't deserve a spot in the Final Four somewhere.
Yeah.
You can't tell me he doesn't.
And I think even in the full season points of this format, but not resetting with the playoffs, he might, I think, is in the top 3. And the top 3 are only 8 points apart, by the way. So even if they just went with that, it would be a great run. But, yeah, he said that this contract was kind of a prove yourself contract. If he didn't go out there and do this, he probably wouldn't stay in this ride. And his crew chief, James Small, also was looking for a prove yourself year because he was kind of on the edge, and I think they've done that. I don't think we'll be looking for anybody else in that 19 team for the next few years.
I mean, what did they have to prove? Because he's got a teammate who's way behind him
Yeah.
on results.
And who's been driving that car a lot longer.
Yeah.
Hey, but everybody was talking about every big team had a wingman teammate. Penske had Cindric, Hendrick had Bowman, and JGR had Ty Gibbs to help him out at the plate races. And everybody's like, Ty Gibbs, you might as well throw that out the window. He ain't helping nobody. And he pushed Chase to the win.
Yeah, he sure did.
He finally did something just a little bit right.
Maybe he was really just trying to wreck him so he'd get.
Yeah.
I mean, that's always a possibility. He just didn't do it right.
Yeah. Well, let's give him the benefit of the doubt this week.
Okay, so we're gonna say good job helping your teammate to make it to the Final Four.
Yeah, but it's just crazy. 2 weeks in a row. They've proved this with their first-year team, and then Denny. We got to remember he's got a completely new crew chief this year, and everybody was kind of thinking that might screw him over, and he might just be ready to retire after this year, and they've proved themselves. So that's just crazy. And I think I read this was the 3rd time ever that Joe Gibbs has had 3 different cars win 3 races in a season, and they're the only team to do that multiple times. So Joe Gibbs has got it going on this year besides Ty.
Nice.
Where else y'all want to go? I don't want to.
Let's talk about your driver.
What about it?
He had some real good runs Sunday. He looked fast for a lot of the race. He did get a speeding penalty, and actually Brisco got a speeding penalty too.
Yeah, there was 6, 7 of them.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah, Ross got one, Busher got one, B.J. McLeod got one. I don't remember who else. There was a couple.
But he had some speed. He led a lot of laps, and he was
28 laps.
Yeah, and he was up running in the lead pack quite a bit, even when they were trying to run fast a few times. And then he made that fatal mistake, like you said. Thought he'd get the 3rd line going when they actually decided to mash the gas, and nobody went.
Yep.
And that was pretty much the end of it for him.
2 years in a row, he's gotten shuffled back, and at the last 2 laps or last lap of the race, he pulls out a line to try to get somebody to make a run, and the idiots just stay in line and don't want to go nowhere. So both years he's coincidentally dropped back and finished 19th after running at the front the whole race. But I don't know. I just don't understand. Yes, your chances with the 3rd line are not great, but your chances of running 10th in one of the other 2 lines, what's that do for you either? Try something. Why are you okay with finishing 15th? I don't know. I appreciate that he at least goes for something. He doesn't just ride there and say, all right, let's finish 10th, 11th.
Anyhow, he had a decent run.
Oh, yeah.
If you looked at the whole picture for the whole day, he ran well. So that was good to see.
Yeah.
All right, so there's one more big thing we need to discuss.
Yeah.
Was it Weepers?
I think so.
How come nobody else did it then? The SVG spin out coming to pit road.
SVG hit the water.
Oh.
How come nobody else spun out then?
So, Denny talked about this on his show, and he said, this is one of those things where I think Shane has proven that he's still getting used to what's going on around here. Because Denny said before the race started, actually they quoted it on his radio, you can go back and find it. Before the race started, he looked at the entrance next to the pit road. He said there was water on every single lane. He said that he had remembered guys spinning out on the weepers in previous years, not this race, and he said on his radio, somebody is going to wreck trying to get to pit road. And that's exactly what happened. So, yeah, I think it's just another thing that Shane's learned now, that's one of the things he's got to be paying attention to when he's getting ready to run, because Denny noted it.
Okay.
I mean, what?
Bad look for him.
Yeah.
Didn't really hurt anybody. That was a good thing. It didn't cause any problems. And I don't quite understand either, but I wasn't in the car. I don't know exactly how it went down with him, but it looked to me like when he slid into the grass, if he'd have just kept accelerating at that point, he would have been all right. Maybe not, but
Yeah, I don't know.
or maybe the car shut down on him. I couldn't hear it because I wasn't in there with him again.
There is proof that he took his dog for a walk before the race and that his dog stopped right there and used the bathroom, so he might have got stuck in that.
Okay.
I don't know, but
Poor man.
like other people have spun out there before, so I don't know. Hey, and he recovered to 11th, I think. I think Trackhouse finished 11, 12, 13. So
Okay. I didn't see the full rundown.
yeah.
It just, I don't know, not appealing to me in a lot of ways.
Well, what about the big one? You agree with Jimmy Spencer on that? That was just a stupid move. And he says Jones pushed Gregson going into the corner. And
Well, yes, I do, but there was a whole lot of that going on all day. I think it was just luck of the draw of who got wrecked. If you just happen to have control of your car just right. But there's still a lot of those guys that I don't think that they quite understand when to and when not to push, and I don't understand why, because they're getting pushed around the track as well, and they got to know what it feels like.
well, I've always had. I think Jones is a decent plate racer.
Yeah, he has been.
But I don't know that Gregson can handle what it takes, so maybe that was the problem.
Don't know, but I just
Yeah, but
things that you really don't know the answer to, other than, like I say, they should know when and when not to push that. There's times you absolutely should not be pushing somebody, and that might have been one of them,
yeah.
or how to do it.
Well, on the positive side, you said you didn't look at the rundown, but I want to give a shout out to Todd Gilliland. He got his best ever Cup finish of second, tying his dad. He said that was really cool.
Yeah.
And Cole Custer, I had him picked in my fantasy stuff because, I mean, he almost won the 500 and got a top 5 here. He almost won Daytona a few weeks ago. He's just, I mean, it is luck, but he seems to keep showing up at the end. So he got a 5th. I don't know if I said that. And then on the downside, we mentioned Larson running out. We didn't even talk about the last lap. How about host of our turn, William Byron?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That happened.
not surprising either.
Yep. And Bowman had an
The
issue.
Hurricane had to get somebody before the day was over.
Yeah, but he got on his radio at some point right there at the end and said, "Woo, that was fun." So he enjoyed it.
I enjoyed watching it.
Yeah, he had a top 10 finish too. I do know that. So
Yeah, but Byron and then Elliott got taken out, and Bowman had an engine issue. So Hendrick went. I mean, Byron and Larson were looking to kind of run 1-2 at one point at the end, but they wound up. Hendrick has every car outside of the top 25, which is the first time that's happened in like 10 years.
wow.
And really screwed up some of their championship outlooks. But what that guy say a couple months ago, the team has to perform when the lights are brightest. So I guess they're just not doing that. Like Byron last week.
Does Talladega have lights? Do they?
No, I saw people complaining about that. Talladega's getting by with being the most not up to date, just not repaved, no drainage, no lights. They're just still all old school. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, these guys, Byron just wrecks and Larson runs out of fuel. They just need to perform when the lights are brightest. That's why they're not.
Yeah, and there again, that wasn't Larson not performing.
No, he was performing.
That would have been his crew chief.
Yep. But don't forget, when the lights are brightest, that's when they got to perform.
Yep. The whole team does.
Yeah.
Because it's not just the driver that makes the car
Mm.
go around the track.
Yep. But I guess looking at their points and how that all played out, you got Brisco and Denny in with their wins. Bell plus 37, Larson plus 36, so they're about head to head. And then Byron minus 36, Logano minus 38, Blaney minus 47, and Elliott minus 62.
So what you're saying is that if Larson had finished where he was, heck, he'd have probably been locked in or real close to it.
He lost about 20 spots, 22 I think. So if he had finished where he was running, I mean, if he was about to win the race, but even if he had just finished in the top 5, yes, he would have been about plus 56 to 60 points.
That's locked in.
Yeah, and then if Byron had not gotten turned, he would have been only about minus 15 instead of minus 36.
So if I was him, my crew chief and I would be having a large conversation about how to restructure some of the things they're doing to save tenths of a second that don't really matter at that racetrack.
Yeah.
Along with some other guys that did some of the same stupid bonehead things, what I consider to be boneheaded.
Yeah. But so I guess are we safe to say now that all 4 of the guys below are got to go to Martinsville and win?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think.
But they all 4 can.
Yeah, I think I checked and 7. Everybody in these 8 except Brisco has won at Martinsville.
Yeah.
So they've all, and we know Blaney's walked off the last 2 years, and
Yeah.
Bell did the walk off the year before that. So
Yeah, I think Blaney out of the bottom 4 right now would be the favorite to get it, for that to happen.
And then Elliott.
And I don't know. I'd say Elliott and Logano is probably a toss-up.
I don't think Logano runs good there, honestly, anymore. I
But
think
we-
he has
You
won
keep
there.
forgetting about the horseshoe.
He's got a horseshoe.
Yeah. I mean, Connor, you might want to look it up, but I didn't even realize Chase Elliott's stats here are insane. I think
yeah.
he's top 5 almost every time.
Yeah, just
So-
like I say, don't forget about the horseshoe
Yeah.
because that comes into play.
Yeah. But
But what we're saying now is, at best, the way things look, you will probably only have one Ford at best in the Final 4.
yeah,
It's tough for it to go a different way. It'd really be some screwed up stuff for it to wind up different than that.
yeah.
Like Bell and Larson would both have to almost crash out on lap 1 or close. And
Yeah.
Don't curse.
Plus
my
the
driver.
people ahead of them like Byron and Elliott.
yeah,
But yeah, one thing that I thought was crazy, if these standings stay exactly how they are for all 3 series, and one of those guys don't win, or trucks or Xfinity don't change or whatever, Ford will be completely shut out from a championship this year, like even going for it.
Yeah.
Which has never happened before. But yeah, do you think if you had to bet between the 4 guys above plus the field versus the 4 guys that have to go and win, who are you taking?
Blaney.
So you're taking the 4 guys that have to go win? You think one of them 4 is definitely winning this weekend?
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with you. But I will say, and I mean, we know this, but they talked to Blaney the other week, and he was kind of annoyed. He said, I'm sick of people talking about we're going to go and win Martinsville just because we've done it the last 2 years. I don't care what we've done before. We don't know what we have until we get there. And whether it looks easy or not, it's not. Or looks, yeah. So he said
I didn't
this
say
stuff-
it easy, but I got to pick somebody. And
No, I'm just expanding on this conversation. And he's just saying, just for everybody that's saying that he's going to go win, it's not as easy as a lot of people are trying to play him out to be. Not us, but he said this stuff is hard.
Yeah, nobody's a shoe in. If you got to make a pick, that's where it
Yeah,
stands.
no,
with me.
that's who I'm taking too.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
It's not who I'm taking.
Who you taking?
To win this
Denny?
race, no, I'm going to take Christopher Bell. I think that now he's got 2 teammates behind him that don't need a win. They don't need anything. They're locked in. So they're going to do everything that they can to get their other teammate in there based off of what manufacturer says, what their team owner says. Whether or not I think Bell's good at this track, I really think Larson could pull it out too. I don't know if you'll get anybody that needs to get in on a win. Right now, I don't know if it'll happen. I like Blaney's chances. I like Chase's chances. Joey's got a horseshoe. But
yeah, I think out of the bottom four, definitely those three are the ones that stand. I think Byron's done for.
But I don't see how Bell doesn't do well on Sunday with two other teammates that just have nothing to do except to push him to a win.
No, I thought Byron was going to the Final Four and winning the whole thing, but these last few weeks, I think y'all were right when you said he can't handle the pressure.
The most overrated driver. I didn't
say
say
that.
I didn't say that.
I don't even say that. I just don't think
he's overrated.
I don't think he can handle the pressure yet. I thought by now he surely could have done that. But
that's why he's overrated.
I don't know, but he's won Martinsville twice. So.
And he'll probably go out and win Sunday and prove me out to be a liar.
God, I hope.
Well, in one way he'll prove me to be a liar, and the other way maybe he'll still win the championship like I said he was going to. So either way it's good for me.
But, I mean, Connor,
I could be right today or right a couple weeks ago.
You say you don't know if Bell's good here, but I mean, like I just said, he did the walk-off win 3 years ago when Ross did the Hell Melon, so.
That's why, I mean, I'm just going based off of not just what driver performance has been. I'm going off of how things stack up right now in terms of playoffs and who needs to get where. That's what I'm saying in terms of that.
Well.
So also, I guess you could say it's a bad look for him if he doesn't get in. When he's got a rookie to their teammate that's had an exemplary season and locked in. The old man's locked in. I guess he's probably supposed to be one of the superstars, really, the up-and-coming superstar of the team.
Yeah, I mean, he's made the Final Four the last several years.
He's not locked in. Close to it, but not quite.
Tell him he's cutting grass out there. Just imagine he's on his lawnmower cutting that grass.
Yeah.
Smell the fresh cut blades. Yeah, the gasoline.
Yeah, the thing that I'm also interested to see here is with me and Frank thinking that one of the bottom four, Blaney or one of the other three, winning, Larson and Bell are 1 point apart for that third spot, which would be the last spot in on points. So they have to race each other to make sure that if one of those four wins, they're not knocked out. And so that's going to be a very good race to watch, too.
So the chances are both of those are going to go for stage points, all they can get to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think you can mess around with strategy much at Martinsville without getting screwed.
You can also always have that caution right before the end of the stage and think you're setting yourself up for the next stage.
Yeah. But, yeah, that's a heads-up race, and I think that'll be a good one to watch, too. For that one, I'm putting my money on Bell. I think he can outpoint Larson just off of... He did the walk-off win here, and actually, I think that same year, he had to win to get in the round of 12. He did the walk-off win in the third race, and then he went to the next round and did the walk-off win again. So Bell's performed under the pressure multiple times. So that's where my money is for that race. But, I don't know.
I see it happening.
Is there anything else y'all want to add, or we will go to Xfinity?
I think we've covered most of the more important things that went on.
Yeah.
All right. Xfinity, they, along with the trucks, attempted to wreck half the field in the first 15 laps. What about that Brandon Jones wreck? Took out Sheldon Creed and got Sam Mayer,
Lord,
too.
did it take him out? Somebody said that looked like a modified. I said, no, I think a modified's got more sheet metal than that one had left.
Yeah.
Jesus, that car, you could see him inside the car.
Huh.
Yeah.
It was like one of the old cutaway cars that they have where they cut everything off so you can see what's going on under it.
Yeah.
Yeah, got him, Mayer, and Jones.
The reporter on MRN talking about Creed's car on pit road, he said it'd just be easier instead of trying to tell you what's all messed up. I'm just going to tell you the left front fender is okay.
That's about it.
Yeah, he said that's all.
So you listen to it on the radio. I want to know, how did the radio say that race happened? Because I've got my opinion, and it's a very strong one.
Which part?
Huh?
The ending or?
No, what caused the accident? What caused the accident to happen?
I have
Who? How about, let's just say who caused the accident?
no idea. Like I told you, but I was working in the concession stand. It was a lot going on and running a yard sale all day Saturday, so I was trying to pay attention, but it was hard. So
Okay.
I don't really know. You tell
Jeb
me.
Burton caused that
Okay,
wreck.
yes, that reminds me.
Plain and simple. He caused that wreck. They're talking about, well, they slowed down in front of them. They did this. They did that. It don't matter, dude. You're responsible for your car. Don't slam into the back of somebody. You see what's going on ahead of you. You don't have to push them because they slowed down.
Yeah. I wonder if that's just another situation like Brad when, because I mean, Jeb's a pretty good plate racer too. They just get too aggressive, you think?
Maybe, but he caused the accident. He cost them boys their day.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that now that you say it. But it is what it is for them. And then, old Connor Zillish, his streak started after Talladega and it ends at Talladega. 18 top fives in a row, I think, what it ended up being.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. And he was quick earlier.
Yeah, what got him, I know it was something with Honeyman. I think they got turned.
Yeah, same thing. Wrong place, wrong time.
Yep.
And his day was pretty much shot out at that point because they, I think, messed up the left lower part of the splitter arm and the car just wouldn't go.
Well, he had gotten, I think, back in the top 10 and the tire kept blowing. I think he blew 2 tires after that. or at least one.
They had panel problems inside of it, I think, or things loose in there. Yeah, and it just, their day was pretty much done after the wreck. They couldn't get it fixed well enough to hang.
Yeah, and I guess we should add Sawalich got sent to the hospital after that wreck, but he's out and okay.
Yeah, I did hear that.
That's good. What about the Sammy Smith and Eric Almirola wreck? Daniel Dye took a good hit in that one, they said.
Yeah, there were some pretty bad wrecks there, and cars got tore up real bad.
Yeah.
It seemed like there was a lot of aggressive driving in it.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to take all these young, newer guys and a lot of them looking for a championship in the round of 8 and put a plate race in on a track where that series can make moves, so they're going to go for it.
Yeah, that would be the difference there. They could actually do things.
Yeah. You don't want to mention your favorite, though?
Huh?
You don't want to mention your one and only?
You talking about winner, chicken dinner?
Yeah, the greatest.
Yeah.
Bobby Hill.
He did win the race.
Austin Bobby Hill.
He did win both stages.
At it again.
And then he proceeded to...
Well, I guess you got varied opinions here. I've heard different opinions from different people about what he did. It was about somebody's been trolling him and they were at the track, so he was just shooting a bird at that guy. But I agree with the other part I heard where it says he was shooting a bird at the fans, and you got kids in the stands. You got all that going on. Grow up. Think about what you're doing. Quit being a spoiled rich kid. And act like somebody.
Yeah.
It wasn't just that one person in the stands that you were flipping a bird at. You got little 10-year-old kids up there. Mama, my driver did good. Mama, Daddy, this, that. What's that man doing?
Yeah.
Think about the repercussions. And I agree with what Spencer said. He needs a fine for it. And I think the fine should have been, no, sir, you go ahead and park it. Because if we'd have been at a local track and done that, a lot of them I raced at, you can go ahead and hand that trophy back to me, buddy, because you're not getting that win. You don't disrespect it, my track.
He just continues to make himself unlikable. But not in the sense of like, oh, I'm a villain like Denny Hamlin or Kyle Busch. Those guys were good at what they did.
That's
so
an ass.
You love to hate him. But he's just and then like he goes into the press conference later. I forget what he said, but I watched it earlier and just continued to just talk crap about stuff. And
I mean, you can do it like Denny, have fun with it or whatever. But that just, and like I said, I think Kenny Wallace was one of them said there's nothing wrong with him shooting a bird at the fans. Earnhardt would have. I don't think Kenny's thinking about all the kids and the people up there that don't need to see that. He wasn't. Maybe he was directing it to that one guy. I don't know the answer to that question, but there's still other people in the stands.
Yeah.
he's representing what's supposed to be one of the greatest sports in the world. They're supposed to be, highly classed sport and doing the right thing with still some redneck vibe to it, I guess, or moonshiner vibe. But still, you got to show some respect. And that went out he shot that right out the window, didn't he?
Yeah, talking about being great and winning too much and whatever. I mean, he don't. Connor, you should Google this. How many plate wins does Austin Hill have? But I already got 14 career wins, and I think at least 10 of them have come on plate tracks. So.
Well, Zilich has just about already caught up to him then, hadn't he?
Yeah.
11 wins.
All right, so 11 wins on plate tracks and.
Well, hang on. That's a total of 11 wins. Sorry, that does not say how many on a plate track.
Well, I think it's at least 10. So he's won at most 3 or 4 times on regular ovals or whatever. So get better at what you're doing, and then maybe you can be Kyle Busch or Joe Logano, Denny Hamlin. But you don't even win as much as Joe Logano, so. And he don't barely win.
Not a fan favorite here, apparently, but he's done it to himself, in my opinion. But let's talk about some other guys that had good cars all day.
Well, I want to ask one more question about him.
Go ahead.
I didn't hear anybody talk about this. How did he lead that entire ending of the race? And everybody behind him, including his teammate, were saving also. They did save fuel. And they end up sputtering, running out, having to come get fuel. And he makes it for a green-white checkered.
He got them big fuel lines in that car.
Yeah.
That just made no sense to me at
all.
all.
No, it really didn't. I agree.
Because they talked to Jesse and
In fact, he said his car sputtered one time under caution.
Who, Austin or Jesse?
Austin.
Oh, okay.
Or at least that's what the TV reported. They said that his car had sputtered under caution.
Yeah. Well, I know they talked to Jesse, and he said, guys, don't worry, I've saved so much fuel, there's no way I'm going to run out. And then he says, we're sputtering. But your teammate who led the entire time, that just made no sense to me. But, Quapple, got a second? Go ahead.
The blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while, don't they? let me go ahead and piss some people off here, because I think Carson Quapple has proven to be a nice young man. He started out the season doing pretty good, but here's what I saw, and I watched him a lot. I really wanted to see what was going on in his car, especially when him and Junior had a conversation throughout the race about some things maybe he should have done differently.
Yeah.
And I really, really watched him after that, and watched a lot of drivers, brought up a lot of drivers, helped a lot of drivers, been a driver. My opinion about Carson Quapple is that he makes bad decisions in the race car.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a thinking driver that thinks ahead about how's this going to affect if I move to this lane or that lane, or I tighten up, or I give a little more gap. And I almost feel like that's kind of like half of what Junior was trying to tell him when he got on the radio with him during the race, was basically make better decisions in the car.
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't. I mean, I can't speak for Junior, but that's kind of what I saw and what I heard.
Yeah.
Well,
I think he's a good driver. I just think he doesn't make good decisions, and that's something that I had some other people that drove for me in the past. And you remember Brian? That was one.
Yeah.
I had to beat that into his head every race. Make better decisions in the race car.
Yep.
Think about things before you get to that corner. Know what you're going to do. Coming out of the other end of when you're going in, looking at turn 3 down the back straightaway, already know in your head what you're going to be doing coming off of turn 4.
Mm-hmm.
And he would never do it. I beat that in his head, but he wouldn't do it. So.
Well, I mean, his genes is coming from Travis Quapple, and he wasn't the most accomplished, so I guess he's working with.
But maybe if somebody worked with him on that, and maybe a different spotter, maybe I don't know who his spotter is, but maybe if he had a spotter that was a driver that could tell him things, hey, do this, do that, and he would listen, it might help. He holds the wheel decent. I think he has car control and all that. It may just. Maybe he just needs somebody to spend more time helping him make better decisions in the car.
Yeah, just sitting here thinking about him more over this season, I think that's one of the biggest just flip-flops we've seen Earlier in the year, he was up front running good. It looked like the win was coming in no time. And like I mentioned earlier, a couple weeks ago, Connor Ziller's first 11 races average of 17th. He didn't look like nothing amazing. And then we get flip-flop, and Connor's done what Connor's done, and Kloppels went back to running about 15th every week. And that's just interesting, something I thought about. But, yeah.
Well, apparently he'll have some time off next year to think about it. I think Junior did say he was going to try to help him fill in the gaps in other people's cars, but
Yeah,
we don't know if that'll happen or not.
I'm sure it will. Dale
But
Jr.'s
yeah, and you know, and I'm not. Don't think I'm beating the boy down because
No, he's a good guy.
I've got in my race car before and had to sit there and Frank, think, and have to talk to myself. Remember what you're doing on the racetrack. Don't just get out there and start having fun and whipping the wheel and trying to slide and do this and do that. Think.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot more of that goes on inside a race car. A lot of people think, "Oh, I know how to drive because I can slide around this corner." No, you got to plan. You got to think.
I want to give other shout-outs to Allgaier. That was a run from 16th to 3rd in one lap. That's crazy.
Yeah, it played out well for him, didn't it? But he had ran good all day, really.
Yeah, but just the fact that he made up 13 spots in one lap.
Had that little nitrous button.
Yeah, because he left. Jesse Love probably faster than he was, of course, and he didn't make it but to 10th. So
yeah.
Allgaier just played it perfectly.
It did. It worked out well for him. I mean, I watched him make the moves and things just played into his hand.
Yeah.
And that was, and now we're going back to the same thing that I just said, though. I promise you, before they refired, he had a plan in his head. Did it work out like he wanted to or not? I don't know. But he had an idea. I'm going to try to make this move, do that move. It was already thought out. As long as he's been racing as well as he does and as much as he puts himself in good positions around the racetrack, he had a plan before they went green.
Yeah, I think last week he scored his 300th top 10 ever, so this would have been 301, which is the most ever in Xfinity. So, I mean, he thinks, like you say. And just speaking of this thinking, do you feel like the Xfinity guys as a whole do not think whenever they are running behind Hill on these plate tracks? They just hand him the win a lot of the times.
Yeah, that might be some of the me mentality too, though. Not a we. You know, there was a whole lot of we could have passed him easy.
Yeah.
Me couldn't. We could. So
a lot of people have been talking about, you watched, and the whole time third place is diving, trying to run them side by side with second.
What did Denny say about it?
Over and over and over and over.
You heard what Denny said about it, didn't you?
No. Yeah, but you go ahead and say it.
No, go ahead. You.
Well, I mean, he just said that the guys need to think and understand that they have to work together to make this happen, and that you can't race each other and expect to pass the person in front of you.
But didn't he also say, "Put me in the car and I'll show you"?
Well, yeah, I was gonna mention that too.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, no. Let's word that better. He'd already mentioned put him in a plate race in Xfinity so he can show him how to get it done. He said that JGR checked back with him and said, "Hey, we're just making sure you still want to run that race, right?" Because they're looking for the sponsor. So it sounds like it might actually be happening next year.
Okay.
So we might get to see Denny Hamlin versus Austin Hill. And he said because of these guys and how they want to race, he might have the same result because he might be running second to Hill and third place decides they want to run side by side with Denny, not push him. And
I don't know. You don't think some of these boys will hook up with Denny knowing that he can get it done?
Yeah, but
I guarantee you, not Toyotas, but I can think of a few Chevrolet drivers that would hook up and go with him because they're smart enough.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I'm really excited. I hope that happens. But
I say put him out there. Put Brad out there in a Ford. Who are we gonna put out there in a Chevrolet?
Byron's the best Chevy plate racer.
Throw them three out there in a race together, and tell them to all work together.
Yeah, I think
in
before
him race. Let's see how it ends up.
Before Byron getting turned the other day, his average finish at Talladega was like a 4 point something, and he's won the 500 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's got figured out, but maybe Joey shares the horseshoe with him. I don't know. I want to give other way bigger shout-outs, though, to Cesar Beccarella. Everybody probably says, who is that? What? Runs very much part-time, dead last when he is. Got a top 5 in this race. Super cool for those guys and that team. Blaine Perkins got a 6th. Another good run for the Jordan Anderson guys. And then also the Lights guy who also runs at the back. Garrett Smithley, Joey Gase, and David Starr. All part-time guys that run in the 30s and got top 20s. That was just...
Well, let's go ahead and talk about my guy and your guy that didn't have a good day.
Yeah, well, Butterbean just
Wasn't
got
his fault.
caught up in that first wreck with Jones, and
It's bad when you have a new guy in the series like that, and he talks about people making bad decisions in their race car, and here he is, the new guy. Well, they shouldn't have done this and that, and he was spot on with what he said.
yep.
They could have all still been racing had they made better decisions.
But fortunately, they announced that he'll be in the 11 car for the remainder of the year, so we'll get to see
And
him
I think he's
again.
running a truck race this weekend too.
Yeah, we were going to...
Heck yeah. Put him in a cup car.
Yep. So we'll see how he runs at Martinsville and Phoenix. But their points, Zilish and Allgaier locked in plus 83, 76. Love's plus 40, pretty much locked in. And Quapple, even with all the talk about him, he comes out plus 11. Smith's minus 11, Jones minus 20, Mayer 22, and Creed minus 41. I mean...
Who's good at Martinsville over there?
Brandon Jones almost won it before Ty Gibbs wrecked him as his teammate. Sammy Smith tried to win it when he wrecked 87 cars there earlier this year.
Yeah, that's right.
So I think that's a toss-up too. But I guess we'll see what happens there.
I think I'd rather see Smith be in the Final Four if one of the other Chevrolets has got to be there.
Yeah. And then Austin Hill gets in on the Owners' Championship, which nobody talks about, but it wins more money. And so now actually the Eric Almirola and him are 2 of the Final 4. So the Owners is going to be a lot different than the drivers this year.
Right. And once again, like I said, nobody watching it cares.
Yep.
But it does mean money for the teams.
Yeah.
So it does mean a lot to them.
Yep.
That's why you've seen Armadillo in the car.
Yep. All right, let's go into the truck race. How about that finish? Luke Fenhouse turns Ben Rhodes. They spin out.
Them boys race, don't they?
Yeah.
They're not afraid to get after it. I think they turn their decision makers off when they get in the truck. But the good thing is pretty much all of them most of the time.
Yeah.
If they can pass somebody, I don't care if it's on lap 1 or 83 or 62. I'm gonna make that pass.
Yep.
Yeah, them boys get after it. But they had some ill handling trucks at that race though.
Yeah, like you said.
Oh, they were slipping and sliding and going around. But got to give a shout out to old Gio, got his first win.
Yep, he wins from the pole in the 17 truck.
And was fast. He did a good job all day.
The first time somebody's won from the pole since Timothy Peters, who was also in the 17 truck. So,
that's right.
Interesting there. But, yeah,
I guess probably the roughest one over there maybe might have been Chandler Smith. I think he did more to push people into wrecks. Even his teammate.
Yeah, M. Finger got wrecked and gave Majeski damage, and then, like you say, Riggs got put in the wall and blew a bunch of tires and had a bunch of damage. Still came away with the top 5.
Yeah.
And Hemrick blew a tire. He had issues. And how about Norm Benning, 73 years old out there. He said that engine, he ain't never had something blow up like that. But he got burnt pretty bad.
That was a bad fire.
He made it out, so that's good.
But
he said he's looking for another motor.
What lap was that on? That was on in the race a ways.
I don't remember.
And he was still on the lead lap.
Yeah.
Because I think somebody was saying that I heard on another show somewhere that he said that was actually probably the best plate truck or track truck he had ever had.
Yeah, and he said now he's just looking for another motor. He's got to get money to pay for that.
Yeah.
So I hope he finds that somewhere.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I like Norm. It's a cool story and all that, but honestly, 73. What happened shows where maybe the concern is about a 73-year-old man being in the truck. He got out, but he didn't break any records getting out of that truck either.
no,
So that's something to give thought to, or at least
Yeah.
have a good halon system or something on there.
yeah. But with Gio winning, that means Heim is still the only one locked in with a win, and I think we can agree that 3 of the 4 that we had getting cut are now above, with Caruth being plus 14, Ankrum plus 8, Honeycutt plus 5, Majeski's out by 5, Riggs 6, Hemrick 32, and Enfinger 40.
Yeah, wrong.
Yeah, completely wrong.
Wrong lineup for the who done the best this year being in the playoff.
Yeah, but
It is what it is. They made the rules and they're playing by them. So
Majeski and Riggs are only out by 5 and 6, and they're very good at the short track. So I think they'll probably.
I certainly hope both of them wind up going to the Final
Yeah.
Four because of the just better quality drivers or trucks or something.
More deserving.
Think more deserving. Yeah.
Yeah, and Hemrick, I think that 19 truck. That's whenever Eckes moved Taylor Gray to win that race last year at Martinsville. So that truck won last year, so he might be able to pull that off. But
Yeah.
we'll see.
But like I've told you about him,
Yeah.
I just don't think he's up to the task.
No, I don't have him. I didn't have him making the Final Four, so he can stay right where he is for my sake. Let's do yellow tape takes. Somebody wanted me to bring this up on the show. It was a special request. Do y'all agree or disagree that if someone intentionally wrecks someone else, they should have to sit out of the race as long as the person they wrecked?
You talking about during that race?
Just in general. If Hocevar wrecks Kyle Busch on lap 1 at the Roval, he has to go sit in the garage until they get that car ready to go again.
That's a tough call because how you going to prove intent? If it's like Hill did with Amarillo, that's easy to prove, but it's awful easy to wreck somebody and make it look like an accident.
Yeah. But some guys are not good at that.
Yeah, I'm going to say if you know somebody did it 100%, there's no discrepancy, no way to argue about it. Yeah, park them today.
Yeah. I agree with you. And then my only other one, NASCAR revealed the naval base course today. You agree or disagree on their decisions with that layout?
Go ahead, Connor, because you had strong opinions.
Could have been better. I mean, it could have been. You have a whole Navy base at your disposal. Now, I don't know what parameters that the Navy gave NASCAR for. Yeah, you're not allowed here, but it's like me and Frank have been talking about. Why not run through a hangar?
Do something cool.
Do something cool. Now, I will admit they are racing, like, I think part of the stretch, I mean, a lot of it's, like, around water. That's cool. That's very cool. First time NASCAR will be racing near, like, a beach waterfront, and I think somebody said 70 years. Like, they hadn't done that since the old days.
Lord,
So,
put them in the water.
Yeah, since Daytona Beach, probably.
yeah, somebody actually had a picture of Nemechek on X sunk in
Numchuck.
the water and said, it's not going to be Finding Nemo, it'll be Finding Nemechek. So,
Numchuck.
but I think that you could have done a lot more with this. Instead, it's just your standard, you're outside the base. That's not really a street course, That's not like running through the middle of Chicago. You're running on the outside of a
Yeah, they
base.
just kind of threw some rights, and they do have 2 90-degree
Which is
left
cool.
turns in there.
I mean, you get to see him
That's
crawl
cool.
around the corner at 5 miles an hour.
Yeah, they'll be down in first gear on those corners. I'm quite certain if what I'm seeing is there.
But, I mean, the concept is still cool. I just think you could have done a lot more with it.
Yep.
But that's just me.
But it don't matter. We're going to see Shane win by a nautical mile this time.
kidding.
And
Yeah, it's 3-point-something miles around, isn't it?
Yeah,
So he can gain
3.4.
3.4. You think he'll win
what,
by a minute above or
What's he
under?
going to gain? 2.5, 3 seconds a lap?
Yeah, about.
Probably.
4? I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, so you want to go up or under him winning by a minute? Over or under?
I'm
Sorry.
going to have to take under a minute. Come on. If he gets out front by a minute, NASCAR's probably going to be under a minute. Shane, you got to slow that down, man. Shane, slow it down. Slow it down. We're going to shoot the tire out. We're getting ready to shoot.
Yeah, we got naval.
Yeah,
naval
the sniper.
Navy's
The
ready.
sniper's on the building. Please slow down.
Yeah, but I mean, on the regular ones, he's won by 16 seconds.
Yeah.
And imagine if they just didn't throw the stage cautions. Ooh, it would be over a minute, no doubt.
Oh, yeah.
Embarrassment.
And on America's 250th birthday, I don't think America's going to be celebrating a win. I'm sorry, but
No, that ain't going to be that'll be Chicagoland. It'll be July 4th. Their 250th
oh yeah,
birthday.
but this is to celebrate 250. That's why it's on the Navy.
But I will say NASCAR, make up for your boring layout with do some other fun stuff for it. That means I want to see Tom Cruise out there dressed like Maverick. I want to see him announce Days of Thunder 2. And I want to see just a bunch of stuff related to the Navy that you got going on. I want to see some F-18s fly. I want to see an F-14 fly over.
They could have them fly over and maybe shoot the track up ahead of the cars a little bit just to make it a little worse.
I want to see Tom Cruise in an F-14 dressed as Maverick go on his radio saying, "Driver, start your engines," on his radio. That's what I want to see.
That'd be cool.
Give me
Well,
something fun.
We are getting the Sailors versus Pit Crew Challenge, remember? So
Yeah,
that'll
that'll
cool.
be fun.
But that's all I got for takes, y'all.
Okay, well, I got a couple here I'm going to throw out, and we've talked about them quite a bit already, but I just kind of want to get your opinion on them again. Because is saving gas during a race okay or not? Just a simple yes or no. That's all I want.
It's
No.
more complicated than that. I would say no. I think there are some situations where, I mean, if you really get down to the wire, like
Is
Like
a plan of saving gas?
No,
during
a
race?
plan of
there you go.
saving fuel.
Let's
No.
do it like that. It's
no,
planning.
a plan, no.
Yeah. I mean, I understand you get put in a situation. Oh, I got that. Only way I'm gonna stay on the lead lap is to save gas, right? I understand that. But okay,
Yeah.
a plan of saving it. All right. So the next question that I have that I'd like to know your opinion on: where is the line on the driver's behavior, as with Austin Hill? Is shooting a bird at an individual or anybody in the stands, is that okay?
Not in the view of children and all that stuff, no. I mean,
Doing it to another driver, I think so. Well, now that it's on TV, that's tough, though, because they show everything. That's a problem with
well, you remember
cell phones, everything. They show everything, but I still don't have a problem with you flipping off another driver.
when Kyle Busch flipped off the, what was it? He flipped off the camera
official.
that one? Yeah, it was the official.
And the flag
that
man.
race.
Yeah, he's done.
They
I
tried to
think
get-
he's
That's
pretty
against
much.
my First
Yeah.
Amendment.
They're going against the
freedom of speech.
Constitution.
I'm gonna say, yeah, Kyle's probably done it to a multitude of people,
And Bubba flipped off his own boss.
and his boss even said that was okay.
Yeah,
So driver to driver, driver to pit crew,
but don't do it to your
driver,
fans.
yeah, driver to
And they're not his fans.
official.
I mean, you know what I mean. Don't do it
Yeah.
to
No, you're
the
right about
fans of
that.
the sport.
Drivers to officials. I think any of that's okay. I mean, I'm gonna tell you what happened one time. There was a guy that raced out here, and I may have told this story before, but I was an official back when we were a NASCAR track. I was a tech guy years and years ago. This is going back in the early '90s,
Yep.
and there were some brothers that raced, and we're still good friends to this day. And anyhow, one of their brothers, he come out there and won a race, me being the tech guy. The way I did it before the race is I already had a plan of what I was going to check on the cars before the race. I already had it written out. I'm going to check 1, 2, 3 in this division, 1, 2 in this division, 1, and what I was going to check. It was already on paper. That way nobody could say I was after them. And I said, here's the paper I wrote before. And sure enough, his brother, one of the brothers won the race.
Yeah.
And I was going to check the camshaft in the car. It's an overhead cam engine. It's easy to check, no problem. At that time, they had to run stock camshafts. He pulls the valve cover up, and man, just put it back on. And I don't even have to measure it. Oh, no, I know we're cheating, whatever. So that night got done. The next week, they came back with a car, and it had a big old picture, like a fat girl's butt on the car, big old butt. It had my name written on it. Now this is a NASCAR track, one of their local series tracks, and Oh, I heard when I got to the racetrack and then came in there, I heard the rumors. Man, he's going to see that. He's going. Oh, everybody's wondering what's he going to say. He's going to get them thrown out. They're not going to get in the race tonight. I walked over there and saw the car and I looked at it. I saw the picture. Man, who drew this? And they said, well, Bobby did. I looked at Bobby. Man, I didn't know you were that good of an artist, man. Good job. It's all in fun, dude.
Yeah.
It's not hurt. How did that hurt anything?
It didn't.
Yeah.
And that's what I think about driver to driver, or to your crew or any. But yeah, the fans, that's a whole different story.
Well, I don't mind just because it's like we've all been saying. Jimmy Spencer said it. We need more personality. So.
I understand the personality, but don't piss off the people paying your salary. And without fans, what do you got?
Yeah, I know. But I want something out of them. I don't care what it is at this point. So
we need a devil.
Personality.
You saying we need a devil? And that's not even a bad guy. That's just a mean guy. You think we just need a mean guy in NASCAR?
I don't care.
Just a different personality.
Some kind of personality.
Okay.
Just something.
Hey.
So it's not so vanilla.
Okay.
Oh, that's fair enough.
So long as they're making noise, right?
Well, should you start throwing beer cans back at the fans when they throw them at you?
Sure, I don't care. But
until it usually gets hit in the head.
Oh well. Then I can find
you ain't gonna know who it was.
Sue NASCAR.
Oh, all right.
But whatever.
All right. Anyhow, we've been on about that long enough.
Yeah. Track back. We mentioned Butterbean going to Ram.
Woo.
One of the best decisions they could have made.
Do you think Eckes is going there as well?
No clue. Didn't even know that Xfinity team was shutting down, but I would assume so.
Kind of what I gathered off of what was said on the other show earlier. That maybe that was a distinct possibility. Apparently, it's already been decided who all's going there, though.
Yeah, I have no clue who. Do we want to talk about a couple weeks ago that NASCAR reintroduced the idea of doing a run what you brung at the Dover All-Star race?
But this time they want to do it with plenty of time. Lead time where people have time to build something and have it ready.
Last time the teams said that it wasn't fair because they only had a month or two, but NASCAR is saying this time we'll give you 5, 6, 7 months to plan this. So
yeah. Hey, do it, man.
Yeah, I mean they're complaining about the cost. Who cares? Just do it for once.
Come out there with big old wings down the side of the car and
yeah.
rocket launchers behind you. And
I mean,
do something.
Bring the Gen 5 car out there.
NASCAR split the cost with the teams or something.
Let
Gen 4.
Bring the old Jurassic Park car or whatever it was.
Bring the car of tomorrow. I would actually prefer the car of tomorrow to a Gen 7 car on that track. It was better without the wing, but I mean, I would still prefer it over what they got now. I'm begging you, please. Go get an Xfinity car and run it out there.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they'll have to have a stock body on it, but maybe they'll allow wing modifications, an engine, transmission.
I don't know.
The numbers on the door.
I don't know.
Somebody was saying that with the Chevy body changing or whatever next year, that this is one of the first times ever that the manufacturer doesn't have to put the car type first or whatever. They can do the race car first, so they can build this based off of what the race car needs, not looking like a Camaro or whatever those guidelines are, so that they might have more of an advantage as far as more room to work.
But that can't be true. They have to pick a...
They still have to meet
like
specifications on aeroflow and all that.
Yeah, but it might give them a little bit more.
I hope they do.
But don't they still have to pick a car?
Then it'll cause a big stink.
I have no idea, but I just
NASCAR's got to approve it.
I mean, I saw that too, but I figured that I would figure in stock car racing you're not allowed to drive a car that like just doesn't exist on the thing, which I know it's not technically stock car racing, but that's just kind of what I gather.
It's supposed to be a car that I think has to be at least 50% available to at least 50% of the car dealers in the United States, which when Chevrolets is supposed to be like 5,050 dealers, so it's supposed to be like a little over 2,525 cars or something.
Yeah, I have no clue.
Get ready for the
It's real weird how it's written up, but and maybe that's changed.
Yeah.
Oh, they'll come out with some old.
New news. This team, earlier part of the year, let the crew chief go. Then they let the car chief go. Then they let the pit crew go. And now, Spire and the 7 team have let Justin Haley go.
And put
Yeah, and it is pretty much confirmed Daniel Suarez will be replacing him. That is supposed to come out on Wednesday, they said. So, I don't know. They said that Spire was looking to make a big swing with this move, but that they reached out to some big name drivers and they were not willing to come. So, I think they got stuck with
so
Suarez.
if they were playing baseball, it would be a swing and a miss.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. Do y'all think Haley deserved that ride? Because I've seen a lot of people saying he's a very talented guy and that he was outperforming that car in the Rick Ware car, but also he just hasn't ran that great in this car. But a lot of people say it's the crew, not him. But I mean, his teammates. We talk about Hocevar every week. So.
If it ain't working, try something different.
Yeah.
And I guess this is the only different they can do.
Yeah. Also, update from Vegas. Ty Dillon's spotter, Joe White, got fired.
Yep, you're out of here.
Even
after they said it was not anything to do with the spotter or any of their fault.
Yep, scapegoat.
Yeah. They were very adamant about it was nobody on their team's fault, spotter, driver, or nothing, but he's gone.
Yeah.
Gone.
Richard Childress has announced Jim Pullman to be Kyle Busch's spotter going into next year. Kyle says that he likes the move. Jim and his talks with him has had a lot of new energy that he feels he'll bring. Apparently he worked with Childress when the next gen car was being developed, so he knows a little bit about it. And a lot of people have credited him with building and changing JRM into the winning organization that they are right now with their 20 wins or whatever this year. So, could be a good move for them to bring in some outside eyes and not move up from in the shop for once, you know?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah,
that's another wait and see.
I'm just hoping he makes better calls because there's so many weeks we talk about Allgaier having the fastest car and not winning because of his crew chief's decision on not pitting here or pitting here and only doing this or whatever. So hopefully he cleans that up.
Wait a minute, but he is the fastest car.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's that. Yeah.
Would you rather at least have a shot at winning the race and screw it up than we sucked again today?
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe there's something to that.
Yeah. So we'll see. Just announced today, Rajah Caruth is announced as part-time for the 88 car at JRM next year. I don't know what we missed, what his astonishing career, all his wins that I just haven't caught up on, but I don't know where he earned that ride. But he has it.
Part-time.
Don't know who else is in the 88 car yet, so that's yet to be seen.
Connor Zillich running part-time.
He's running part-time in the 1 car.
That's right. He is doing that, isn't he?
So the 88 car is part-time with Rajah, and we don't know who. The 9 car got announced today. It's going to be part-time between SVG, Ross, and whoever else they throw in there. The 1 car is part-time between Carson Quapple and Connor Zillich, and then Allgaier and Smith are full-time. So they're running 3 part-time cars and 2 full-time cars. That's
That's awesome.
I guess
different business plan than I've heard.
Yeah,
in NASCAR, but hey, if it'll work for them, it'll work for them.
Yeah.
So maybe they can win the owner's championship in 1 car and the driver's championship in another car.
Don't doubt it. I mean, they got 3 cars that are going for the owner's championship and not drivers.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that was just wild. I can't remember a time that a team's been like that. But
here's another thing that we need to throw in there, and this goes back to the stuff we were talking about who can win at Martinsville. Do you know that they have a new left side tire that's supposed to wear quicker for Martinsville? The right side tire is the same.
Yep.
So that's going to put a little bit of changing who's
That's
got
going
what.
to put a little bit more advantage in Ryan Blaney's
Ryan
pocket.
Blaney.
That's what it's
right.
going to do.
Yeah, that might play more in Blaney's hands. He's good at saving them tires.
Yep. Another update from last
They're
week.
trying to give a Ford a championship. That's what it boils down to.
Yeah.
NASCAR's done decided, hey, we don't have a Ford in here. We got to do something.
Yeah. We mentioned Cindric and Zilish possibly running supercar races. Cindric will be. Zilish cannot because apparently the team he was going to run for is switching manufacturers from Chevy to something else. So he can't go run a non-Chevy car, I guess.
In a different country?
Yep.
Whatever.
Yeah. Like you said.
You a guy, you a team guy, you a team guy, I guess. You.
Well, I don't think it's his choice.
No, I understand. No, that's what I'm saying. They got you locked in. But
yeah.
If you're going to a different country, I don't know what the big deal is.
Yep. And then, not related to NASCAR, but something I thought worth mentioning, Brad Sweet has announced he's retiring from full-time with high limit and sprint cars. I think that's huge. He's built a lot of that stuff up. Him and Larson co-own that series, and he's done a lot for dirt racing.
And you know who just won that championship, don't you?
Rico.
Got the win. And he's going to be in a better car next year?
Yeah.
Look out, boys. He's coming. He's already come and been there. He's fixing to come for more cars.
And I think Brad's one of the biggest competitors, and he's retiring.
Yeah, he's retiring. He probably saw him going to Stewart and said,
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
whatever, I'm done with this.
I'll just go run the sport. Yeah. I can talk about him and not race against him.
I used to outrun him from time to time.
Yeah.
Now that he just won the 37th race in a row, they're going to be hard to beat, man. With him and Stewart together, that's going to be a team there, buddy.
Yeah.
Because Stewart don't like losing, and Rico's good and don't like losing.
Yep.
And already went out and won a championship.
Yeah. But
Good for Rico, though. He it's a shame he couldn't ever made it in NASCAR because he's good for the sport, too.
Yeah.
Always upbeat, excited.
Yeah.
Gives a real good interview.
Yeah, good for him, but shout out to Brad Sweet for everything you've done, too. And he's going to keep working, so he's not done with that. But
Well, him and Larson's family anyhow.
Yeah, they are.
So.
But that's all I got for news. Y'all got anything you want to add?
You covered most everything else that I had. That's pretty much it.
All right. Let's do our game for the week. I got one. I thought we'd stick with the theme of the weekend with plate races and the season. I have the list of, I believe, the top 10 point scorers and bottom 10 point scorers on plate tracks this season. Y'all want to try to guess who got the most or least amount of points on plate tracks? See if you can come up with your memory of who ran good or just a wild card who you think's good at these things. Because I'll tell you, there's some surprises that are and are not on this list.
This year?
Yeah, this year for all plate tracks this year. Or drafting tracks.
Got points? Probably Byron, I'd imagine.
You're saying he scored the most points?
I would think so.
He's 5th at 169.
Larson ought to be up in there.
Yeah, I threw y'all that one earlier in the show.
We already knew that.
Yeah.
He got 197. He was 2nd. He got topped by somebody because he ran out of fuel.
Was it Brisco? Who won?
Brisco is not on the list. Not in the top 10.
I didn't think so.
No, you got some odd drivers in there like.
Tell me it's Cody Ware. Tell me it's Cody Ware. Tell me it's Cody.
No.
No, he blew up.
I know.
Was Gilliland on it?
Gilliland, it's so hard for me to scroll through real quick. I don't think he was on either list. He's not in the top or the bottom. He's in the middle.
You know who it might be for best? Might be Joey Logano. I know he's...
Joey Logano is not on here.
How? He's got I saw he had 100 rating on those things.
I read somewhere the other day, Joey has not finished in the top 20 on a plate race in some stupid long time. And I think he got 15th the other day, which was better, but still, that's crazy after his reputation.
I don't remember everybody's finishes all year
long. No, I know. That's the point of the game.
Because Lowski would be one,
Brad.
I would think.
He's not on there.
Ha!
See, that's what I'm saying. There's some shocking things on here that you would not guess. All right, throw some more names out. I want y'all to just throw a wild card.
Zane
Gibbs?
Smith.
Ty Gibbs was 10th.
Zane Smith.
He's the 10th scoringest at 149. Zane Smith not on the list. Sorry, Gilliland was 9th. I completely missed that. He got 151.
Okay, I thought I remember him having some more decent finishes this year, but like I said, I can't.
Well, I don't think Kyle Busch has won a stage this year, has he? So I don't think
Kyle
he'll be
Busch
top in
is in the
points.
bottom 10, which I would not believe
Yeah,
after all his speed. He's the 5th lowest.
He's got speed. It just don't never play out at the end of the day.
There's only 4 people that have done worse than him on plate tracks.
Wow.
Trying to think
Yeah, that's crazy.
who's done worse than him. Bowman?
Nope. Bowman's a good plate racer. He's ran.
But he's not a good racer. So,
he ran top 5 at the 500.
Yeah, he does pretty decent usually. He just because he hangs around.
I can tell you, the highest point scorer is a very shocking one that you're not thinking of. You're gonna have to go off the wall.
Casey Mears.
He only ran 1 race.
Well, he said off the wall, and I'm just looking through.
Maybe Priest
It's
or
not
AJ.
mathematically possible.
Just throwing out things to be funny. I don't know.
AJ and Priest are both in the bottom 10.
Well, that's right. They wrecked this week. I don't remember that.
Yeah, it's Kyle, then AJ, and then Priest. It's
Gilliland?
2 above them. Gilliland was already said. All right.
I don't know. I can't keep up.
We hadn't.
I mean, nobody said Ryan Blaney.
I was just about to say Blaney. That was my next
Sudden,
name.
think out there. Laney's not out there for.
Well, no, not for first, but you haven't even mentioned him being in the top. He was 6th. All
Thinking about first.
right, throw me another name.
Where's Denny at on the list?
He's in the bottom 10
Okay, I wouldn't.
He
Yeah.
doesn't run well on super speedways
anymore.
anymore.
No, he's got some wins, but not this time.
Yep.
Austin Dillon,
Not on there.
Ty Dillon,
Nope.
Josh Berry.
One of the worst
One of the
10.
worst. Yeah, I was gonna say.
He's one of the 4 worst than Bush.
We say Allmendinger.
Yep.
Yeah, we already. He was at the bottom.
All right, the best on plate tracks. You just want me to tell you?
Yeah, I ain't gonna guess it.
Tyler Reddick.
What?
Yeah.
He's
What?
never even won at a plate track.
Yeah, he
has
has.
When's he win at a plate track?
He won Talladega last year.
Yeah.
But that was
Yeah, he got lucky though. That was
Oh,
when
yeah.
McDowell
you
like
don't
Brett
get
Brad.
lucky.
Yeah.
It's a plate track.
Yeah, yes.
Not always, not
Everybody that's
always.
ever won at a plate track just about was lucky, except for when you go back to the Earnhardt
But
days.
he was funny. I looked at his stats. They said like he hadn't finished in the top 15 or whatever in 7 out of 8 Talladega races, and he won the other one.
Huh.
But yeah, he's gotten the most. I mean, thinking back, he got through that 17-car pileup at the 500 and finished second to Byron too. So yeah, Larson was second. Chase Elliott was third, even getting wrecked out yesterday or Sunday.
Wow.
Byron, 4th. Sorry, I said he was 5th earlier. Blaney was 5th. Bubba, 6th. Carson Hocevar was 7th. Michael McDowell, 8th. Can't believe nobody guessed him. Todd Gilliland and Ty
Not
Gibbs.
the finishes though. I mean, he runs good. There's a lot of them that run good there, but I can't. I'll be honest with you. Usually after a plate race, I don't sit down and study who finished the top 10. It's
No,
usually
that
about who
wasn't-
got lucky enough to win and move on.
Yeah. The worst was none other than Noah Gregson. And then Cody Ware, Riley Herbst, Josh Berry, Kyle Busch, AJ Allmendinger, SVG, Ryan Priest, Justin Haley, and Denny Hamlin.
So how would you like your legacy be that Jimmy Spencer said you don't need to be racing, you're no good at it?
Yeah.
God,
I would
that's,
take
that's
that
cold, buddy.
I would
Maybe
take
he'll get
that
on the
as
wheel.
My sign for a career change or to start driving better.
Yeah, it was basically, where does his money come from? Because he can't drive.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, all these Rajah's getting a part-time ride, and Herbst is in. And whether like him or not, I'm not a huge fan. Corey Heim does not have a full-time ride anywhere for next year. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a bit. He's not on my radar as ever wanting to follow him as a fan. But Boy's a wheel man, and they say he puts in more than anybody
Yeah.
as far as effort on the sims and all that, trying to be better.
Yeah. But whatever.
That's the reality of the sport.
Yep.
Cubic dollars get you a
Hang
ride.
on. I want to do something real quick because I was going to do this in place of the game, but I'm going to do it now, I reckon, because I
Okay.
don't have a game. I'm going to give a game review on NASCAR 25.
All right.
That's right, you got it
Everybody
now.
gets hype. Yeah, I do. And I wanted to give
Well,
a
I mean,
review on it because we are a NASCAR channel, and this is the most I can contribute.
So how
in
much
terms
have
of-
you been able to play it?
I played it fairly often. I've been switching back and forth between that and Spider-Man. So, But
So what
I've been playing it, and the game is very well made. It is very well made. It's definitely a step up from all the past games that have come out in the Heat era and the Ignition era of games that have come out. It looks really good. The physics are amazing. Really. Kind of bounces that line between realistic and arcadey. Fun enough to play, but not, just not arcadey enough to where it's like this doesn't feel real at all. And I've went in there and I've wrecked Austin Hill more times than I'd care to admit for my own personal enjoyment.
Have you gotten back with you on X?
No, well, yeah, a few times. I think that's only in career mode, actually. But I have had a few people. I did start career mode. I have not moved out of ARCA quite yet, but it is like they say, you start
still
in
fighting
ARCA.
for a top 20?
I actually got several top 10s. I just can't crack the win.
Huh.
I'm not as good as Butterbean. He usually actually wins a lot of the races in career mode, so they've got that right.
All right.
Him or Sawalich?
Yeah, him or Swat. Those are the two names that you see up there when it says they won the race.
Yeah.
Never mind. But I do get a lot of tweets on there. You raced me dirty today. And I'm like, I rubbed you a little bit.
Can you wait on somebody to lap you and take them out?
I don't know. I hadn't tried that. I might try that, though.
I mean,
I'm just
why
curious.
Why wouldn't you be able to? You just
I
let
would
off
think,
the gas
yeah.
and wait.
Mhm.
You got to catch them coming by, but I just want to.
I hadn't tried it. But it is a very fun game, and I wanted to talk about it because it had come out. And I'm the only gamer out of the three of us in terms of video games.
I'm going to get it. I just hadn't got a
Well,
chance.
Yeah, and I
I've been
would.
kind of
Yeah, you
busy.
I
can't.
have other issues.
That's why I say I'm. Right
My
now, I'm
spotter
not
would be
again.
yelling at me about, get off the wall, get off the wall. There's a car there. What are you
I
doing?
tried to be your spotter one time. Didn't work out too well, but I did try.
Yeah.
We,
so-
we tried to let Austin race with the radios one time in a go-kart. Yeah, that didn't.
Yeah, I found the wall in that one too.
Yeah, he found the wall.
That was not a simulator.
But we tried.
Yep. Yeah, it sounds super cool though. I wish I could play it, like I said last week. And the storyline sounds insane. I don't remember if it was last week I had mentioned it, but I watched a guy, he actually was racing his career in ARCA, trying to move up, and then he's driving for a real low budget team, and they got screwed because he got a fine for getting busted cheating, and then he struggled with the next several races because he couldn't afford to upgrade the motor or
Well, wait a minute.
repair stuff.
You're playing a game online. How do you cheat?
Not like actual, but like in the storyline, you get busted for cheating, and you got to deal with that fine and not having the money you had.
Okay.
I mean, it's just like realistic stuff that happens in racing.
All right.
And you do. It's like they say you start off in like your grandpa's garage outside in ARCA.
Yeah.
And I've heard and I've seen some gameplay where you do, as you move up, you get into nicer shots and nicer teams and all that. Right now I'm running for no sponsor in the back of a garage out in the middle of nowhere. So
Yeah, and you're just fighting to run a top 30 or a top 20 to get a call from somebody to try and get a couple extra dollars. Like, it's really about making it the hard way, the Chase Briscoe way.
yeah.
I forgot to mention that earlier. With his story too, he's probably the last guy that came up the old school way. I mean, the guy slept on couches, raced for his job several times. There was I think it was an Xfinity. He was out of his ride, and Ford was kind of like, "See you later," and he did a win out of nowhere at the Roval and got his career back. And then what he did at Stuart Haas with winning and getting to the playoffs in that car last year. I mean, the dude is just a story.
Mm-hmm.
And they need to write a book about him at some point. Because, yeah, I mean, the guy, his couch he slept on, posted the picture of it the other day. He said this needs to be in the Hall of Fame at some point. Because Chase Briscoe and Christopher Bell slept on that couch, and they said their tradition, if they ever could run good at any local race they were in, they'd buy a carrot cake or cookie cake, sorry. And the fact that they went from that to racing together for Joe Gibbs, both trying to go for a championship, that's just wild. But let's do some quick picks for Martinsville. I'm going with Bubba Wallace, Ryan Blaney, and Chase Elliott.
I'm going Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson, and Joey Logano with his horseshoe. Yeah.
I don't see it happening. It ain't happening. I'll talk it into existence.
I hope it doesn't
Speak it
happen.
to him.
I hope Larson does good. I hope Joey doesn't, but I know he always finds a way to just slither in there and do his little Mickey Mouse dance, you know, do his Mickey Mouse way, and then he gets to the end. And they go, "How'd you feel about that race?" And he goes, "Oh boy, what a wonderful race that was, and the playoffs are great."
Yeah, that is about what he says.
Frank, go ahead. I want to start talking like Mickey Mouse.
Wonderful. Okay, then. Out of the blue, I'm going to take the three that I said before in the bottom four, Blaney, Elliott, and Logano. And if I had to pick one out of all of them, I'm going to stick with what I said. Dave's boy is going to get the job done.
Well, y'all let us know what y'all thought again, and we will see y'all after the paperclip.
Hopefully it'll be more exciting. I'm sure it will.
Yeah.
Oh, and look out next week for a very spooky episode.
Oh, that's right. Next week is the Halloween.
So be on the look for that.
Edition.
Yep. So we will see y'all then. Take care.
Bye now.
Peace.
Coming to the checkers, and there. Good job. You only pissed off 87 other drivers, 912 fans, and set the sport back another 53 years. Just pay the $20,000 fine, and we'll try it again next week.